Hey everybody, welcome back to A's Racing. Welcome back to my shop. In this video, we're going to be going over the current state of the Audi, everything wrong with it from the 2025 season, all the things that I need to do before April 19th, which is our first event, and then April 24th is our first hill climb event. So I have about 2 months to get this thing all put back together, race ready, wrapped, aligned, have to still get a trailer, jump right into it. One of the major things that needed to be replaced on the car was this back passenger wheel hub and the studs on the car. One of the studs had snapped back here while I was tightening it, and it was actually, the bolt was stuck in the hub itself. But we got the new one all put on, some new studs ready to go on the car front and rear. The front caliper here, the bolt's actually snapped off somehow. I'm not sure, but this caliper has seen better days. It's dirty, it's dusty. The shock here, the Koni Sport shock, the top adjuster is not turning. So we have a new shock ordered. So all of this will be torn down. Again, new rotors, new studs, calipers, pads. We'll have a new shock going in. On the front of the car here, you can see that it's completely torn down. The crash structure is out. The headlight is out. The bumper has a decent amount of damage to it, but we ended up going into a barrier, so we're replacing the crash structure. The headlight is cracked, so we're replacing the lens on that. Our grill got messed up. Our side grill is actually right here, which we're going to have to remount to the bumper. As you can see, I have the bumper on the ground. Again, that driver's side grill is taken out. I'll have to find a new way to remount it because some of the tabs are broken. This grill is actually pretty shot. There is some damage over here, but we have a new honeycomb one that needs to be installed on here. So the bumper, the grill needs to be put back on. This grill needs to be replaced. And then we'll also have to do a new underbody panel, the lower valance, and we'll have to do a new front lip as well. Engine wise, we have a coolant leak. These connector pins that go to the coil packs are broken, so we're going to have to change the housing on them. The oil leak below, as you can see, we have some coolant and some oil leaking. We're going to be flushing out the coolant, fixing the leak, fixing the oil leak, changing this timing cover, this upper timing cover right here. Going to be changing those connectors, the coil packs, the spark plugs. The way that this wire right here is ground between those two bolts, we're going to be changing that so it'll get a much better ground, increasing the spark as well. We're having a fuel line issue too, where this fuel line is popping out under high load. We'll probably have to get a new fuel end cap and do a braided line with an AN fitting on either side. Here we have a lot of our engine stuff and some of the things from Redline Oil. Luckily, they're sponsoring all of this for the Audi. We've got new coolant, oil fluid for the engine, transmission fluid for both differentials, and the Haldex fluid right there. Here's some of the engine stuff that we're going to be doing. These tires are shot too. You can see the cords, and this is how they all look. The Kumo V730s are pretty worn from the hill climb and autocross season. So overall, there's a lot that I have to do to get this thing ready in 2 months. Luckily, we have partners like Redline Oil and EBC Brakes. We'll be installing an entire new brake kit on the car. And I bought these alignment plates so that I can save a little bit of money on alignments throughout the year. Again, with a shock too, I have a spring compressor. So all this work I can do myself, and I have the capabilities to install it. And what is going on with my hair? I need a fucking haircut. So, as you can see, there's a lot of work, cosmetic work, engine work, interior work, minor stuff, brake work, That hub bearing took me about a couple days to get off. Have to get a pair of new tires, need to get the vehicle wrapped. It's gonna go for a little rally type of livery this year. But luckily I have sponsors and partners to kind of take care of this. We have Redline Oil, who's taking care of all of our fluid and all of our engine maintenance stuff that we have to do. We have EBC Brakes sponsoring us a new 355 millimeter big brake kit, calipers, rotors, lines, multiple sets of pads, fluid. We have these alignment plates that we bought so we can align the car ourselves. We have the spring compressors so I can change the shock myself. But this is really what goes into, even at a hobby level of racing, this is what goes into building a car to this level and having to maintain it. Again, there are some errors on my part, you know, snapping the housing on the coil packs is a rookie mistake, but you know, when you're racing and you're pushing the limit, you're bound to go off track sometimes, have some exterior damage. And I kind of associate it with a drift car. Like a drift car throughout the season, they lose bumpers, fenders, hoods. They go through way more tires than we do. So I'm kind of comparing it to that as like drift guys at the end of the year. They have to rewrap their car, they have to make it look good, even throughout the season. And it's no different than what I'm having to do now. With all of this being said, I know that we can get it done. I know what we will be able to do in the 2 months. This car will be perfect. It'll be completely different. It won't be dirty and on jack stands. It will be a 400 wheel horsepower machine that's ready for autocross and the hill climbs. The 2 series that I'm going to compete in this year is I'm doing a full season of the Tidewater Sports Car Club in Street Touring. So I'll be going for that championship. And I'll also be competing in the Appalachian Hill Climb Series at all 5 events. And the 2 new events that they have of Brushy Mountain Hill Climb in Tennessee and Shamrock Mountain Hill Climb in Kentucky, I believe. So we got a lot to look forward to. I'm picking up a trailer sometime this week. We have the new Touareg tow vehicle out there. So little by little, I'm getting all the tools that I need in order to run a successful race program. We're getting some decent partners online. And we have a lot of backing. I want to thank my fiance. I want to thank my family, the sponsors, everybody that helps out with the shop. Just everything that goes into even just a 12x20 shop and running a Audi hill climb car. You have to grind for it. You have to do a lot of work. There's going to be a lot of nights where I'm here till 12 a.m. The weather doesn't help. Like, it's nice to have shelter from the rain and the weather, but you can't really escape the cold, and you don't want to loosen a bolt when it's 32 degrees out. But thank you guys for listening to me rant, going through a quick overview on the car and what needs to be done. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.